And I guess today is Chiefs midfield back Alex Nankivell, and Alex has been on the sideline for a few weeks. And Alex, you'd be pretty stoked to be back in the selection frame for this week's game against the Highlanders.
Yeah, 100%. Battling a little concussion the last 5 weeks, so just being back to normality is quite nice. And so I fully trained last week and this week, and then yeah, it's good to be back in the mixer. Coming off the bench on Friday night, so excited.
It must be pretty frustrating, tough on you. It'd be like staying away from, well, you are staying away from your job for 5 weeks. How do you cope with that? What do you do?
Yeah, it's pretty tough, to be fair. Like the first couple of weeks, you go from following a schedule, which is, you have to be there at a certain time in terms of our rugby schedule, to kind of not really having anything to do until you feel better. And then you've kind of got like progressions to complete, which is like a 20-minute bike or like a light gym. So that's probably the one thing I struggle with a little bit is you're not really meant to do much with concussion, but you just find yourself sitting at home watching TV all day. So I try to kind of get outside a bit more, play a bit of golf, things like that. But yeah, if anyone's got any ideas for the future.
Yeah, it must be really tough. I feel sorry for someone like Will Jordan, who's been on the sidelines for months, and I don't know how he's coping. But do you hear from him at all?
Yeah, I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago. He's actually been cleared to play, and he's back training with the team, but he just struggles with the big days they have, and like afterwards he just feels kind of like a bit groggy and not really right. But
Yeah.
From a science point of view, like the neurologist, I think that's what the brain guy's called, has cleared him to play. So I'm sure you guys will see him a couple of weeks coming off the bench. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he's pretty close to just one final hurdle to get over.
Yeah, from what Razor's been saying the last couple of weeks, that sounds about right. What a fantastic game of footy in Hamilton, 34-24 for the Chiefs, 23,000, packed house. Geez, I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty cool to be a spectator. That's the first time I've seen a sold-out crowd at FMG Stadium since I've been here. So, especially playing the Crusaders, it was just a perfect night of footy, really. Awesome game to watch, and got the result at the end of the day. So, that was epic.
Yeah, well, it was all your defence in the first half, wasn't it? I think there was a phase there where the Crusaders won about 20 phases in a row and didn't score. To me, that was probably almost the game.
Yeah, 22 phases. Well, that was the kind of theme all week, was trying to like take their belief away from them. Obviously, the Crusaders got a lot of it from their success in the past few years, and stuff like that. Like when you're attacking and you don't go anywhere for 20 phases, don't get a penalty or anything like that, or get points from it. Like it does kind of demoralise you a little bit. So the boys did really well. Like we trusted our system really well, and to stay disciplined for that long is pretty impressive. So I think, yeah, like you said, ultimately defense again won us the game against the Crusaders and against the Blues about a month or so ago. So if we want to win a championship, you've got to be pretty good defensive side. So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, it was amazing. Some fantastic tries as well. I mean, the highlight for me was the one Damien McKenzie set up, but Guzzler finished. What a magnificent try that was.
Yeah. So what happens when you give Slim a bit too much space? I think they must have been trying to get outside him and force him back in, but I think it was Sam Whitelock was a bit too slow on the inside, and Damien being as fast as he is and agile as he is, just managed to get his arms through that hole, and rest is history, really.
Yeah, we got it out to Sean Stevenson, and of course Brodie Retallick running inside like a supporting halfback, wasn't he? He's playing really well again.
Yeah, he's I think he's the best lock in the world for a reason, and that's just his work rate. Like he's obviously unreal at everything else in the game pretty much, but you just see him work so hard. Like when you watch the game back, when you're doing your review and stuff, you just see this guy who's bigger than everyone, just working so hard. So credit to him, man.
Yeah, I remember way back in the day watching Marlborough Boys College playing. Did he play for Christchurch Boys, I think? Or yeah.
Yeah.
And he turned up with the first 15. He was a monster.
Yeah. Apparently he was pretty fresh though. Like I don't think he played heaps of first 15, did he? heard he was like 15 or something, and then
Yeah, well,
it would have been huge.
anyway, he was pretty young when I first saw him, and he was a giant. Well, he still is, of course.
Must be nice, having those G's.
Yeah, exactly. Damien McKenzie, I thought the Crusaders did a fair job on him in the first half, but the second half, he's a freak, isn't he, really?
Yeah, I think the best thing about him is so unpredictable, and like he's got such a good skill set to go with it. So he manages to get himself out of sticky situations. But I think like probably over the past few years, he's really matured as a player, and like his decision making is just spot on every time now. Especially when we're attacking, you might have seen like a couple of years ago maybe a few kind of offloads of 50-50, like little things like that. But now he's just making the right decision, and that was like the other try I think Sean Stevenson scored. Just like, yeah, so he's unreal.
He's amazing. He's just tough as old rocks too, and he doesn't shy away from the tackling the big boys.
Yeah, that big head of his.
Yeah, exactly. God, I'd hate to play against him. I wouldn't know which way to go. But so what was the, obviously it was a fantastic occasion for the Chiefs. What was the coach's message afterwards? Because you didn't win a lot of ball, did you? I suppose he would have mentioned that.
Yeah, I think it was, to be fair, I probably missed a little bit of it, but I think our territory game, like in the first half, we probably could have exited a bit better than we did. And then, like, it ends up putting yourself under pressure. If you're playing inside your own half, that's when discipline then comes in the game, and it's hard defending for a lot of time. So, territory, and then also just lessons around late in the game when guys come on, or just our decision-making around the breakdown. We gave kind of a few easy penalties away, soft penalties that could have gone, like in big moments, that could have changed the momentum of the game. So that was a good learning going forward, especially if we make the finals. Like it comes down to key moments, and if we're losing them, then we're not gonna make the final. So just little things like that.
Yeah. So you're pretty injury-wise, the team's in pretty good heart, but you're coming back this weekend, so you're pretty good there.
Yeah, this is probably the healthiest rugby team I've been in at the moment. So obviously a few niggles that they're managing kind of week to week, which come out of the games, but all our long-term injured boys, except for maybe Quinn Tapire, Xavier Rowe, are back on deck now. So yeah, we're spoiled for choice, and that's another thing that's going to really help us kind of later rounds is that depth. Like you need to have good depth going into those last few rounds and going into the finals. So it's bloody awesome, eh?
Oh yeah, fantastic. And I don't know whether I spoke to you since the All Blacks coaching team has been put together. It looks like a pretty awesome combination to me. What's the chatter amongst the boys? They're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I think so. I've had dealings with Leon, Scott Hansen, a little bit with Razor, and Jason Holland, even in the Crusaders Academy. So, like, Scotty Hansen and Leon McDonald just absolute wizards when it comes to coaching. Just the minute detail, there's no stone unturned, and as a player, there's no grey area around what they're delivering to you. They always can back it up with a why and whatnot. So I think they'll do an awesome job, and yeah, I definitely think the players will get behind them who are involved.
I think a great thing too, Alex, from a supporter's perspective, is that they come from grassroots too. Like you got Jason Ryan, who from the West Coast and played 1 million games for Sydenham and Christchurch, and Leon, of course, started at Marlborough Boys with Marlborough, and coached grassroots. And I think to me that that means a lot.
Yeah, I think so. And Scotty Hansen also coached Linwood, the Linwood Bulls, and Christchurch. So yeah, like it shows, like I guess the development there. Like they've come from coaching club, and just hard work and applying yourself to your trade really does pay off. Like you don't have to be a big superstar name coming into the coaching ranks. I mean, it's good that they've just chosen the best coaches, I think.
Yeah, and of course, I can imagine their attention to detail. I know Leon learned off Kieran Kane, of course, and he was, he used to do his homework pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. And and that's kind of, I think when you get down to those big games, when you're playing like the likes of Ireland, of France and England and whatnot, that attention to details is stuff that matters in the end. So it's going to be awesome for those guys leading off Leon, Razor, and Scotty Hansen.
I suppose there's a bit of, if I was a coach, I'd be a little bit worried about the boys might be a bit complacent going down to Dunedin to face the Highlanders on Friday. Is that a danger? Is it sort of unconsciously? Do you think?
Yeah, I think unconsciously it can be a little bit of a danger. Like obviously their record speaks for itself this year, but we know how dangerous they can be, especially down in Dunedin under the roof. They kind of lift another level the Landers. So we definitely touched on it at the start of the week, and we're not going to take them for granted. And I think they got a bit of cavalry back. Billy Harmon's back, I think. He didn't play last week.
I think Josh Dixon's back too, the lock.
Yeah, and Josh Dixon. So that'll be massive for them and their four pack, because obviously that's where they get their game going from their forwards, their hard workers. No, I don't think so. It's exciting. Exciting challenge for us.
Of course, Aaron Smith will be believing the Highlanders can win. He's a great man for them, isn't he?
Yeah, he's unreal, my opinion, he's kind of the best halfback in the world at the moment, just in terms of his overall game. So he's going to be a big loss to them when he does leave. But I guess he's been there for so long. It's an awesome opportunity for the next guy in line, like Falau or whoever it may be, to own that position and see what they can do and where they can grow to as a rugby player.
Yeah. Alex, thanks for chatting to us on Absolutely Famous. Always appreciate your insight, and wonderful to see you back on the playing field Friday night off the bench. I'm sure you'll wreak havoc when you come on the field, as you normally do.
Cheers, mate. Hopefully, yeah. I'm bloody excited though. So it actually feed for a few weeks now, so it's good to actually get out and be good.
Good stuff. Good on you, mate.